Greetings, Panther educators. I wanted to make you aware of a tool that I just got access to yesterday. It's a brand new interactive whiteboard app from a small independent developer in Utah named Lucid. And Lucid provides two other products at this point that you may be familiar with. Lucid Press is a digital publishing app that works on Chromebooks, and several teachers here at SV have used that with students previously, and Lucid Chart, which is one of many infographic generators available out there. It's not my favorite, but I really like this company, and I wanted to highlight this because some people, after using the Zoom interactive whiteboard that's built right into the Zoom app, as well as Jamboard, which is Google's answer to interactive digital whiteboard, there were some complaints about, lack of features, or it'd be really nice if it would do this, that, or the other thing. This has a lot packed into the product, and I am using a free trial upgrade, which Lucid is offering to all SV users through March 30th of 2021. So that'll get you, 5.5 months down the road. And if you think this would be useful with students, you just go to Lucid, log in with Google, and it will automatically upgrade you to the trial version of Lucid Spark. Now, I don't know what the free version offers you, but the upgraded version offers quite a bit. Will we buy a subscription to this down the road? Magic 8 Ball says it is not likely, but if you're looking for something in the short term, you should check it out. All right, so first off, down the left-hand side, we've got our basic tool menu. This is the select tool. You can toggle on and off. Turn that on, and then you can select areas on the screen, and whatever's in there you can delete or move around. Like I just did, I had a text box that was orphaned on the page from playing around earlier. Here's our text tool. Now, this is what's really neat. Any of these tools down the left-hand side, when you click on them and add to the canvas, you automatically get this pop-up menu and this linking line tool. So from here, you can add you can change to a different shape automatically, and you can change the color, and you can do an outline version. You can change the font, the size, you can do strike through text, you can do alignment, you can do text color, you can link to an outside page or a video. You can add reactions, and I'll explain why you may want to do that in just a second. You can tag these, which is a nice tool for you to have as a teacher, which, again, I'm going to show you how that might be useful with this tool right down here, which is the containers tool, which allows you to gather objects based on some criteria. This is your comment tool. You can add a comment right to the canvas, which is great for brainstorming. And this is really nice. You can lock your object so that nobody else can move it around the page, which is really, really nice. That's one of the major complaints I've heard about Jamboard, as well as the Zoom integrated whiteboard, is that students or other teachers can grab your stuff and move it around. So that's your text tool. Sticky notes. This is really nice, but again, an upgraded functionality here. You got your basic colors. You could just type something here and hit enter, and it just puts it on the page, and then you can drag it wherever you want, and you can make it larger. And then we've got our linking tool here, and we can just link to this shape over there. And we've got a nice linking line that shows association and relation, which is pretty cool. Also on the sticky tool, you'll notice that it has right here, upload. If you have a spreadsheet with a lot of terms like categories that you'd like students to work with in an activity, you can upload from a text file or from a spreadsheet, and it will automatically create those sticky notes and populate them on the page for you and students to slide wherever you like. You've got a shape tool here. I want to add a star right there. And again, we've got our linking tool, and we can double click right in there and type and change all our text and everything as we see fit. We've got a line drawing tool here that you can use as different kinds of arrows or no points at all. You've got different line options, and again, you can lock it so that nobody can mess around with it, and you can change your colors. All very nice. And then you've got your writing tool here. So if you're on a touchscreen device like an iPad, this is fantastic. If you are working on a laptop like I am right now, you can use your mouse and your trackpad, which doesn't look great, but you know, we do the best we can. All right. Now, so those are basic features that you're going to get in just about every interactive whiteboard that's currently out there. But now we have a containers function here. So I'm going to grab this container, move it over here on the page. And now this you can use to categorize things on the page. And you can organize by a tag or by color of the sticky note. You can also gather, and you have a drop-down menu here by keywords. So, you know, if you put those keywords on, or students do, on different items that they're putting on the page, it will automatically move all of them into this little container. And you can gather by keyword, reaction, who reacted, the tag name, or the color, and it'll automatically do that for you. It's pretty cool. And here we have templates, right? So ideation, brainstorming. So you could take a concept map or a decision tree, and I'm going to use brainwriting here, and you just click on it, insert template, and then I'm going to draw it in right there. Notice the canvas expands as I go, and then I could click on all these and rename them. Participant 1, I could put students' names here, or group names, and then you've got your layout here. The interesting thing is you can click in here and you can change these to different items if you'd like, right? So if I want to change this from a rectangle to a star, that's how I do it. Now I've got a star on my chart instead of a sticky note. It's pretty nifty. All right. So those are all your basic features down the left-hand side here. You can also scroll down, or scroll out or up or down, or react plus and minus to get different canvas sizes. You can go full screen, and this is a mini map where you can click on different parts of the map, and you can see things in more detail and up close. Really nice. Here's a revision history. This will show you every change that you've made as you go through the board. So if somebody does go in and mess up a really complex canvas that you've got going on, you can go back and revert to a version before you had that mistake made. All right. So up here in the right hand corner, you've got a couple different tools. This is your commenting tool, and you just click here to make a new comment, right? You can also select individual items and comment on this currently selected item. So if students are working on this and you'd like to comment on that, you can just click on it and then click comment, and that'll be attached right on the canvas. You can also select active, resolved, or just your own comments, and you can set notifications, receive all document notifications, only mentions, at mentions, and notifications for threads I've joined, only receive at me notifications, do not receive any notifications. All right, so those are comments, which is a good group tool. But here's what's really, really cool. The team tools, and I'm sure these are not available in the free version, but we have timer, which you can put right on the screen. So I'm going to put 15 minutes, and that's going to go right on the screen, and everybody's going to be able to see that, so you can keep people on track. You can also use voting, which is a lot like Dot Storming, an app that I absolutely love that was greatly limited about 2 years ago. So you can put items on a canvas, and now students can vote for the ideas that they like best, which is pretty nice. You can put a timer right in there. You can offer instructions, and you've got advanced options here that allows kids to vote on different things or limits what they can vote on. You can turn on timer ends voting. It's pretty nifty. And then collaborator colors, you can assign everybody a color, or you can have it do automatically unique collaborator colors. And so as somebody else joins the whiteboard and they start posting, it will automatically change the color that they are highlighted in. And then your notes, if you'd like to keep notes here, you'd like to link to outside sources. If you're using this over several days with students, you could put notes in here at the end of the day and say, hey, refer to this website. This is the information I need you to be pulling from, etc. All right. So that's a really, really quick overview of LucidSpark. Oh, sorry. One last thing, sharing. If you want to share, it's not a Google product, so you're not going to be able to find it in Drive. You're going to have to log into LucidSpark, create your board, and then you can create a shareable link, right? This would be a single-use link, meaning students could access it one time and then not again, which would be good if you're using it as a brainstorming activity, and then you want to save it, and you generate your code, and you copy the link, and you can post that in Classroom. And you can change your permissions down here, a lot of permissions. Again, it's a really, really powerful tool. And I forgot up here, there's so many things. You can insert a Lucidchart document. If you've got graphic organizers in Lucidchart, you can export this as a PDF, different image files. You can duplicate it if you like this, or you're creating a pretty complex map for multiple classes. You can create one and duplicate it, rename them, and they all have individual unique URLs, just like Google Docs. And you'll have one for each class or each group in that way. You can print it if you're into that kind of thing. And you can snap to objects, so you can have items snap to the grid, and you can show the grid or hide it. And then you've got all kinds of help features here, including keyboard shortcuts and tutorials on how to use it. Okay, so that, I believe, concludes the overview of LucidSpark. It's a really cool tool. Are all these features going to be available in the free version? Absolutely not. But we do have access to it through March 30th of next year. So if you're looking for a new tool, check it out.